I'm going to be explaining to you guys why I've been told that I can't get a house. I have just had so many home issues. Even when I first moved to Nashville, it has been one thing after another. So I met with my realtor. He's awesome. I think that the person who shows you the house is called like an agent. I found a house that I really like. My realtor reached out to the agent, found a date, made plans to go look at it. I show up to the house with my realtor. The agent showing the home was an older gentleman. He shook my realtor's hand and he doesn't look at me one time, not even for a hi or to introduce himself. So this man starts talking about the property as if I am not standing there. The agent of this property is just chit-chatting away. All these things about the property, but he won't go in the house. The realtor keeps looking at me like, I have no idea what's going on. Like, my realtor looks at him and he goes, hey, like, when are we gonna go inside of the house? The agent looks at him and says, oh, like when the potential tenant gets here, like we'll go inside. My realtor looks at him and he goes, this is Tabitha. She's the potential tenant. The agent was gagged. He didn't even try to cover up being shocked. Oh. I go to the kitchen. I'm so excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this. Like, where's the pantry? Without answering me. Interesting that you want to get this house. You're so young. I'm standing there in the pantry. The guy goes, are you married? I say no. He looks at me and he says, do you have a boyfriend? I say yes. Interesting. So is your boyfriend buying the house for you? I said, no, that's why I'm looking at the house. A stranger looks at me and he says, I don't believe you. Next, my boyfriend calls. I'm showing him around the house. I'm literally FaceTiming my boyfriend and showing him all the cool things about the house. And while I'm on the phone with my boyfriend, this agent goes, is your boyfriend going to be living here? At this point, my realtor is like, what is going on? Like, everything he's saying is so incredibly unprofessional. Finally, my realtor is like, hey man, like, I don't think you need to know any of that. Like, that's like so irrelevant to her getting the house. Agent backfires and he goes, whose name is going to be on the house? I said, me. The guy immediately cuts my tour short and he says, I'm not comfortable showing you the rest of the house unless a man's on the lease because I don't believe that you could pay for it on your own. He said, so unless you're married or he's on the lease, you cannot see the house. You would think that this was a one-time thing and just one bitter old man didn't want me to look at the house. No, I've been looking at houses for about 4 months now, probably about 30 houses. I also don't really know how any of this works. Every time I'm looped in the house and they see my profile photo, I ask every time, how old is she? What's her name? Interesting, what does she do? She's single? She can't look at her house. Single as in not married. I took a break from house shopping. 2 months later, hopefully I look 2 months older. I applied to look at a couple houses this week. One of the houses I was really interested in, person responded, older woman actually this time, and said, she's young and we can tell she's not serious about getting a house. How many times they've said in an email, she's a woman, she's young, and she's not married. Which somehow deems that I can't get a house. To see some houses, we've literally lied and said that I was engaged. This was like my last straw. I was like, if this doesn't work out, it's literally not meant to be. I'm not supposed to be a homeowner. Went to go look at houses with this agent who was probably in her 50s. We're in this neighborhood. She has a bunch of homes. I point at one and I say, oh, I really like that house. She goes, it's sold. I was like, oh, okay, like, well, still, how much is it? So I like can gauge, could I get a house like that? She goes, oh, it's definitely out of your budget. And we keep walking. She never even asked me what my budget was. So then we walk up to a plot of land. I said, oh, could I like build a house on this? She says, well, all of the houses in the neighborhood are really expensive. So I'm assuming whatever you want to build on this plot of land is going to make the neighborhood look cheaper. The way that if I was an older woman, no one would speak to me like that. But I'm house shopping again today. This is my shopping for a house outfit in hopes to be taken seriously. Wish me luck so I can find a home.